name is Nicole. I'm a tea writer and educator, and I'm here to help you learn more about tea. Did you know that you can make loose leaf tea using a cup or a bowl that you might already have at home? Today we're going to talk about grandpa style and bowl brewing. Let's get into it. Grandpa style is a term that was first coined by a tea blogger known as Marshall N. And the inspiration for the name is because that's how he saw his grandpa drinking tea. From my friends that have traveled to China, they've told me that they see people drinking tea like this all over China. It's a very informal and fun way to make tea. It's really great for when you just want to have tea by yourself, but you also don't have the attention span for something like a gone-fu tea session. So to get started, all you'll need is a cup. A larger cup is best, and you'll want to make sure that your cup is one that is designed to be used with hot water. There is a risk of shattering if your cup isn't, so I wouldn't use a cup that you're not sure if it is rated to be used with heat. The teas that work best for grandpa style brewing have larger unbroken leaves. So something like a sencha or a CTC black tea would not be ideal because they do have more broken leaf pieces. It's not that it can't be done, but they just don't work as well. One tea that is very popularly brewed this way is Dragonwell. We're not going to measure our leaves, you're just going to eyeball it. My rule of thumb is to use less leaves than you think you might need. So I have here some Dragonwell. So I'm just going to take like a good sized pinch and put that in the bottom of my cup, and it pretty much just barely covers the bottom of the cup with a layer of leaves, and I find that that's a good starting point. You can always add some leaves if you find that the taste is too weak. And then you're just going to pour your hot water in. I like to use my water that's a little bit cooler, maybe about 175 degrees Fahrenheit, just to make sure that I'm able to drink the tea sooner rather than having to wait for it to cool off so much. And as the leaves sit in the water, they're going to slowly open up just like they would if they were in a teapot or infuser. I know what you're thinking. Isn't that going to get bitter? The cool thing about grandpa style is because we're using a much lower leaf to water ratio, it really doesn't get bitter. So when you want to take a sip of your tea, you're just going to use your teeth as a strainer. That can be a little bit weird to get used to if you're not used to it. Eating tea leaves is totally not harmful, and especially something like a Dragonwell is going to be very tender. If a leaf slips through, you can either put it back into your cup or you can just go ahead and eat it. I love grandpa style for its simplicity. Sometimes I'll be traveling and I don't have all of my wonderful teaware that I have behind me, and so grandpa style is a really easy way to be able to make tea. Once you only have about a quarter of the water left in your cup, that's when you're going to go ahead and refill that with more water. Give it a minute or two to infuse, and then you can go ahead and keep on sipping. The flavor is lighter with grandpa style. I do find that it enhances some of the sweeter characteristics in tea. You'll know the tea is done when it starts to lose its flavor. Another sign is that the leaves will settle to the bottom of the cup. Bowl brewing is also very similar to grandpa style. Instead of a tall glass, you're going to use a bowl. Again, you want to make sure that it is one that is meant to hold hot water. This is an old rice pattern bowl that I picked up in Chinatown. I've used it for a really long time for bowl brewing. Everyone's a little bit different in what style of bowl they like to use. A lot of people do use bowls that are more similar to what a matcha chuan might be like, but wider bowls do tend to work better. For bowl brewing, I would use even less leaves than I would for grandpa style. Just a small pinch is all you need. Then you can add in the water, letting the leaves swirl around a bit. Isn't that pretty? I really love watching the leaves float around. The teas I prefer to brew in a bowl like this are ones that have long and spindly leaves like the Dansang Oolong that I'm making today. This is another really fun and personal way to make tea. I really love that it gets you up close and personal with the leaves, especially an aromatic oolong like this one. Just like grandpa style, you're going to use your teeth to strain out the leaves. They will generally start to settle to the bottom though. As you sip down your bowl, you can go ahead and refill that with hot water until there's not much flavor left. If the tea comes out bitter tasting, then I would definitely try to reduce the amount of tea you're using. Remember, you just want to sprinkle when it comes to bowl brewing. Have you ever tried grandpa style or bowl brewing? Let me know in the comments what teas you like to make this way. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.